It's senior weekend here at Grand Canyon University. It's a beautiful Friday afternoon, and it's time for softball as we welcome you inside the GCU softball stadium in the heart of Phoenix as the Seattle Redhawks pay a visit to the desert to take on the Grand Canyon University Lopes in the first game of a three-game set. Jack O'Hara here with you as the Lopes look to tune up the band one last time before they head to Seattle this upcoming Thursday for the WAC tournament. GCU coming off a win over Tarleton, taking on Tarleton for the first time in school history back last weekend on May 1st. Lopes and the Texans were only able to get in two of their scheduled three games as Mother Nature took a turn for the worse. That final game rained out, of course. Tarleton took the first ever meeting between the two squads, an 11-1 victory as the Lopes come back in game number 2 with an 8-0 victory in just 5 innings. Ryan Denhart threw 4 shutout innings to pick up the win in that one. J.C. Hambrick closed the door in the 5th inning, and it's going to be interesting to see with Ryan Denhart taking the circle how she's going to be able to combat this Seattle offense. And the Redhawks come into this final regular series season against the Lopes in second place in the Western Athletic Conference, just one game behind the New Mexico State Aggies. And Seattle has the opportunity to take first place in this series with a pair of wins. We'll take a look at New Mexico State's series this weekend as well. I'll give you updates as we take a look at the starting lineup for the Seattle Redhawks, brought to you by Talking Stick Resort. Olivia Vigiano in center field leading things off. Allie Choate in right field, she bats second. Bailey Thompson behind the dish. The catcher batting third. Madison Cathcart at first base, she cleans things up. Carly Nance, the designated hitter, bats fifth. Cherise Sylvan in left field bats sixth. Brooke Milder at shortstop, she bats seventh. Lily Garcia at second, batting eighth. And Allison Matriotti, she's at the hot corner at third base, batting ninth against the Lopes right-hander Ryan Denhart. Again, coming off that win, a 4-inning performance against Tarleton on May 1st. So Vigiano is ready. Ryan Denhart is ready. And let's do it here on this Friday afternoon in Phoenix. First pitch, cut on and missed for a strike, and we are underway. So the count quickly 0-1. Vigiano, the Mission Viejo native in her junior year. Comes into this at-bat hitting .319. As she evens the count, laying off that pitch up in the zone and away. Count now 1-1. Comes into this matchup with 16 runs batted in, slugging percentage of .442. First meeting against the Lopes here in 2021. Denhart misses outside. Count now moves to 2-1 strike. Seattle ranking second in the Western Athletic Conference for batting average at .316 coming into game 1 here on this Friday afternoon. First of 2 between the Lopes and the Redhawks today. 2-1 pitch. Denhart able to nab the inside part of the plate to even up the count, and the count now moves to 2-2 strikes. Two-two offering from Denhart. Takes a little something off that one. Doesn't get Vigiano to chase, and the count now runs full at 3-2 strikes. So a quality at bat right off the bat for Vigiano, trying to get on here in the first. Be interesting to see how this Lopes offense is able to work their way through the Seattle pitching staff. That 3-2 offering, blooped in the air, left field. Nicoletti's under it, makes the play. 1 up and 1 down for Denhart. Redhawks pitching staff has been dominant throughout this 2021 season. Take the top 3 spots for ERA in Western Athletic Conference play to this point. Carly Nance, the 1.67 ERA. Shai Smith in second with that 2.22 ERA. And then, of course, Stephanie Madrigal with a 2.46 ERA coming into this weekend. And it looks like that was an illegal pitch called by the home plate umpire. So Vigiano will reach after flying out to left. So she's on first base with no outs. That pitch it paints the outside corner. Count quickly 0-1. So Denhart works the count full on that at bat. Vigiano just getting underneath one on that payoff pitch. is able to reach here with nobody away, trying to give Seattle an early runner in scoring position as the 0-1 pitch. Just off the outside corner and high. Count now moves to 1-1. Ali Choate hitting .385 on the season, has 1 home run, 9 runs batted in. Leads this team with 50 hits coming into this at-bat against Denhart. There goes the runner. Throw down to second, not nearly in time, as Vigiano utilizing her speed right out of the get-go. And there's a runner in scoring position with nobody out. That pitch just off the plate. Throw from Kaylee Dietrich, not in time to get Vigiano. Now Choate will look to hit one on the ground on the right side to move the runner over. 1-2 pitch just off the outside corner. The count now moves to 2-2. She slices that one into left field. Nicoletti's got it, throws to second for the double play. So Vigiano strands a little too far off the second base bag. And Nicoletti quick to fire that one to second base for the double play. So just like that, after the illegal pitch from Ryan Denhart, putting a runner on first with nobody out, is able to pick up 2 quick outs with nobody on. And that'll bring up Bailey Thompson, the catcher for the Red Hawks. .350 batting average, 8 home runs, 41 runs batted in. Leads the team in both home runs and RBIs. That pitch just off the corner and low, count 1-0. So after getting Vigiano to fly out to left, Vigiano able to reach on first base after the illegal pitch, and then another lazy fly ball to left field to Nicoletti. Vigiano stranding a little too far off the second base bag, gets doubled up as that one's in the hole at short. Going to be a tough play for Aguilar. It's not going to be made. Doesn't field that one cleanly. Another runner aboard for Seattle. 2 outs, runner on first. Madison Cathcart will look to keep things going for the Red Hawks. Cathcart second on the team in home runs with 5, 20 runs batted in. Still looking to get that average up, though, at 237. Denhart takes a little something off that one, gets Cathcart to roll over on the right side, count 0-1. Again, an important weekend for the Red Hawks. Trail the Aggies by 1 game in the WAC standings, heading into the WAC tournament in Seattle next weekend. 0-1 pitch on the outside corner for a strike, and Denhart quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes on Cathcart. So Ryan just looking to get out of this top half of the first inning unscathed against this Red Hawk offense. Quickly ahead in the count 0-2. Unable to get Cathcart to bite there. Count now moves to 1-2. Outfield playing straight away for Cathcart here. Has 10 extra bases to go with those 5 home runs. 1-2 pitch. Misses outside. Count now moves to 2-2. So a couple of waste pitches there for Denhart, trying to get Cathcart to chase. Thompson looking to get a good jump off the first base bag. We're in the top of the first inning. No score between the Lopes and the Red Hawks. First of a 3-game set. 2-2 pitch. Driven in the air, fairly deep right field. Set it off. That one just barely gets over the right field wall. A 2-run shot for Madison Cathcart, her 6th home run of the year. And it's 2-0 Red Hawks here in the first. So Denhart gets let off the hook on the double play after the illegal pitch that put a runner on first base with nobody out to start this game. Vigiano stranding a little too far off the bag. Allows a 2-out base hit to Thompson. And that one, again, just barely gets over the right field wall. A wall scraper for Madison Cathcart. So she now has 11 extra base hits on the season. 6 home runs, 22 runs batted in. That pitch just misses outside. Count quickly 1-0. So good start for the Seattle Redhawks offense. Again, came in to this weekend with that .316 combined average, which leads the Western Athletic Conference. That pitch paints the corner. Denhart able to level up the count at 1-1. Again, we'll see how the Lopes offense responds. Seattle's pitching, as of to this date, has been dominant throughout this 2021 season. They lead the WAC in Western Athletic Conference when it comes to earned run average. First, second, and third place. Final chance for the Lopes to try and catch lightning in a bottle before Thursday's matchup in Seattle. 1-2 pitch, just misses outside. Count now moves to 2-2. Denhart quickly getting ahead of Cathcart before 2 waste pitches, and then took a little something off on that 2-2 offering, with Cathcart depositing it over the right field wall. 2-2 pitch just misses outside, and the count now runs full at 3-2. So Denhart just trying to get out of further trouble here in the first, as her offense will look to help her out in the bottom half of the inning. Kicks, winds, and delivers the payoff pitch. On the inside corner, called strike 3, and that'll do it here in the top of the first, but not before a 2-run home run off the bat of Madison Cathcart, her 6th of the year. We head to the bottom of the first. It's Seattle 2 and the GCU Lopes coming to bat.
Grand Canyon University, a Christian university, is one of the largest and fastest growing universities in the country. GCU offers 270 dynamic academic programs with modern apartment-style living, classrooms, labs, restaurants, and more. Located in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona, GCU's vibrant community and expansive campus is ranked top 20 for best college campuses in America. My university integrates the free market system with a welcoming Christian worldview perspective into its academic programs and throughout campus life, so you can put your faith into action and help transform communities. GCU campus students received over $157 million in scholarships in 2020, and many students attend GCU for less than the cost of a state university. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer to see the scholarships you qualify for. Admissible high school seniors can schedule a free visit from anywhere in the country. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer.
We move to the bottom of the first. 2-0 lead for the Redhawks as we take a look at the starting lineup for your GCU Lopes, presented by Talking Stick Resort. Gianna Nicoletti at the top. She's in left field leading things off. Tabitha Dyer in right field bats second. Lily Bishop at first base batting third. Savannah Torville at second base. She cleans things up. Kristen Fifield in center field bats fifth. Angeli Aguilar-Bocage at short, she bats sixth. Kaylee Holland, the designated hitter this afternoon, bats seventh. Kaylee Dietrich behind the dish, she bats eighth. And Araceli Pescaria at third base, she bats ninth. Again, a very dominant pitching staff for the Seattle Redhawks, looking to, again, run roughshod early on this Friday afternoon against this Lopes offense. Gianna Nicoletti digging in, looking to give the Lopes a leadoff base runner. Gianna comes into this at-bat hitting .304. Quickly squares, pulls back. Pitch nabs the outside corner. Count quickly 0-1. .53 hits on the season for the Lopes left fielder. Lays off that pitch up in the zone. Count now moves to 1-1. So with 2 outs and nobody on, Ryan Denhart allows a 2-out infield base hit on the left side to Bailey Thompson. Then the 2-run home run for Madison Cathcart, making this a 2-0 game. That one hits slowly back to the mound. Nicoletti unable to beat it out, so 1 up and 1 down here in the first. That'll bring up Tabitha Dyer.
The right fielder, number
Lopes right fielder comes into this one with 25 hits, a .291 average. Slashes that one foul, a little bit behind as the count now moves to 0-1. And we talked about Carly Nance, Stephanie Madrigal, and Shai Smith. Throughout this season, the top three firearms out of this rotation for the Seattle Redhawks. That one fouled straight back. Count now moves to 0-2. Shai Smith with 8 wins to 7 losses on the season. Stephanie Madrigal with 8 to her own name. And, of course, Carly Nance with 7. All with ERAs well under 3 as that one's chopped foul. Dyer able to stay alive. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2 misses low, doesn't get Dyer to chase. Count now moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch misses up, doesn't get Dyer to climb the ladder there. Count now moves to 2-2. So Tabitha Dyer works the count full here. Another quality at bat early on in this game. After falling behind, no balls and 2 strikes. See if she can get a board here with 1 out and nobody on. Payoff pitch, chopped up the middle, off the glove of Nansen into center field for a base hit. So Tabitha Dyer picks up a base hit here in the first, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate and Lily Bishop. So she falls behind in the count 0-2, able to battle off a couple of tough pitches. Works the count full, takes that pitch up the middle. And that'll bring up Lily Bishop. 35 hits on the season for the Lopes, number 3 hitter. Tied for the team lead in home runs. Tied the game up with 1 swing of the bat here. Rolls it over, third base side, across the diamond for the 5-3 putout. That'll move Dyer into scoring position at second base, but there's 2 away now, and that'll bring up the Lopes second baseman, Savannah Torville. And let's take a look at the 3 keys of the game, brought to you by Sanderson Ford. And we talked about before, it is senior weekend with the Lopes honoring their 5 seniors on the season. Lily Bishop, Lexi Coons, Kaylee Dietrich, Kaylee Holland, and Kristen Bolivia. As that pitch paints the corner, count quickly 0-1. And of course, pitching is going to make perfect. We've talked about it throughout this first inning. Redhawks have the top 3 pitchers statistically in the Western Athletic Conference. Lopes getting a quick taste of that here in the first inning as that pitch misses up. Count now moves to 1-1. And again, it is time for the Lopes to tune up the band. Last chance to get rolling before the WAC tournament, which kicks off on Thursday in Seattle, Washington. 1-1 pitch. On the outside corner, count now moves to 1-2. So Savannah just looking to stay alive here. Infield playing about straight away for the Lopes second baseman. Dyer looking to get a good jump off of second. That one fouled off on the right side. An emergency hack there from Torville to stay alive, and the count remains 1-2. One, 2, misses outside. Nice take there from Savannah Torville to move the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield playing fairly deep for the Lopes second baseman. A single should score a run. Lopes at the very least looking to cut this lead in half. Kicks, winds, and delivers the 2-2 pitch. Misses up and away. And just like Tabitha Dyer, Savannah Torville able to lay off a couple of tough pitches here in this first inning to run the count full at 3-2. Payoff pitch. Rolled over, third base. Easy hop across the diamond for another 5-3 put out, and that'll do it here in the first. So no runs, one hit for the Lopes. We'll head to the second. It's Seattle 2, GCU nothing. You're watching GCU softball here in Phoenix.
When life seems uncertain, there's one credit union that provides both dollars and cents. Copper State Credit Union. With solutions that focus on our members, you can take advantage of competitive rates, free cashback checking, and local attentive service. Uplifting our community is a standard we live by. That's why thousands of your Arizona neighbors rely on us. Strengthening Arizona families through financial empowerment. That's Copper State Credit Union.
When I think back on graduation day, it's such a special moment. Walking across the stage, hearing your name called. I think I would really regret not walking. I think being able to finish out a long college experience with an awesome moment like graduation is really special.
If I hadn't decided to walk that day, I think I'd regret not having that sense of closure and accomplishment for that huge chapter in my life.
My name's Noah and I graduated in 2015.
My name is Lauren and I graduated in 2016.
Herff Jones, by your side.
Let's move to inning number 2 here between the Lopes and the Redhawks. 2-0 lead for Seattle on the 2-run home run by Madison Cathcart in inning number 1 against Ryan Denhart. 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Seattle, Sylvan, Milder, and Garcia. As Denhart looks to bounce back nicely here against Cherise Sylvan, California native entering her senior season. First pitch, bunted right in front of Dietrich. Throws to first, not in time. Infield base hit for Sylvan. And Seattle quickly is in business with a runner on first base and nobody out. Fielded quickly there by Dietrich, but unable to nab the speedy Sylvan. So that'll bring up Brooke Milder, the shortstop for the Seattle Redhawks team. Hitting well over 300 at 370. Entering the final regular season series here in WAC play. Squares to bunt, pulls back, pitch misses low. Dietrich keeping a close eye on Sylvan over there at the first base bag. 8 runs batted in for Milder at this point to go along with 20 hits here in 2021. Sylvan looking to utilize that speed over there at the first base bag, looking to get into scoring position. Vigiano stealing second back in the first. A hit and run on, that'll put runners on first and second. Sylvan unable to advance to third on that hard hit ball to left field, but a base hit for Milder nonetheless. And there's runners on first and second with nobody out. So Sylvan running on the pitch. Milder able to take that one into left field on 2 hops in front of Gianna Nicoletti. Putting runners on first and second. Lily Garcia, the sophomore, just looking to move the runners over here with nobody out. She squares, lays down the bunt in front of Denhart, fields it, fires to first. Just what the doctor ordered if you're Seattle, as Lily Garcia does the job. Putting runners on second and third with 1 out. So a quick bunt single from Sylvan to lead off this inning. Milder able to rifle one into left field to put runners on first and second. Now the sacrifice bunt from Lily Garcia. Allison Matriati, the Washington native, looking to drive in a pair, trying to break things open early on in this game against Ryan Denhart. Again, coming off a win last weekend in Tarleton. Paints the outside corner, count quickly 0-1 on Matriati. Hitting .283. Has 8 runs batted in to her total thus far as well. Lopes infield looking to come home on a ground ball here, already down by 2. Denhart takes a little something off that one, misses low and away. Nice stop by Dietrich to keep it in front. Count now moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch, cut on and missed, as Denhart is able to paint the outside corner there. Count now moves to 1-2. Ryan still looking for her first punch out here in the second. Was able to retire the side on a pitch on the inside corner for her first punch out back in the first. Would love a punch out here as the 1-2 pitch just misses outside. And the count now moves to 2-2. Right idea there from Ryan. Unable to get Matriotti to chase outside the zone. Runners looking to get a good jump off. 2-2 pitch here from Denhart. Blooped into left field. That one's going to drop in front of Nicoletti for a base hit. Throw's going to come home on one hop in plenty of time, right on the money from Gianna Nicoletti. Dietrich with the tag for out number 2. So the runners will move up to second and third. As Milder moves up a base, had to see if that one was going to fall. Matriotti moving all the way to second on that base hit. But the score remains 2-0. Again, both runners had to see if that one was going to drop. Nicoletti playing it on one hop, firing it home without any hesitation. One hop to Dietrich, and Dietrich applying the tag on Sylvan for the second out. Back to the top of the order here with 2 outs. That pitch just misses the outside corner. Runners on second and third here for Vigiano. Reached on the illegal pitch from Ryan Denhart back in the first. Worked the count full before flying out to left field. Stole second base and would be doubled up at second after a fly ball hit to Gianna Nicoletti. Again, no hesitation, rifled it to second base for the unassisted double play. That one in there for a strike. Count now moves to 1-1. Junior with 16 runs batted in, looking to make it 18 with one swing of the bat. 1-1 pitch. Ripped into right field. She'll get at least one more. Dyer boots it, throw home, not in time. 2-run score, throw down to second. Quick snap throw to first, unable to get the lead runner as Vigiano picks up a 2-run single, and it's 4-0 Seattle. So Vigiano, after the base hit, drives in two, a little bit hung up between first and second, able to get back to first base safely. And that'll keep things going here in the second, here against Ryan Denhart. Allie Choate, again, lined into that double play back in inning number 1, looking for her first hit, trying to pass the baton to Bailey Thompson in the middle part of this Seattle order. Is that pitch up and in? Count 1-0. So a shaky start for Ryan Denhart. Again, after getting 2 quick outs in that first inning, allows 2 hits. The 2-run home run making it a 2-0 game. Able to get a big out number 2 in this inning as Gianna Nicoletti threw out the runner at home. Vigiano looking for her second stolen base. Ain't gonna get it. Right on the money from Kaylee Dietrich for the final out here in the second. 2 more runs come across for the Redhawks as we'll go to the bottom of the second. Seattle 4, GCU 0 here in the heart of Phoenix, Arizona.
Once you've been to hell and back, there's not much left to fear. When the boogeyman goes to sleep at night, he checks under his bed for me. Have you ever wondered who Waldo's hiding from? Me. Not even the Cougars of LA are enough to scare me. But if I get into an accident, I'm calling the boss, Sweet James. If you've been hurt, don't back down. Call Sweet James.
From reimagining the way you work to reassessing what you need, you've changed the way you do business. And now, so have we. With no annual contracts and flexible internet and voice solutions, you'll have what you need to get back to business. Rethink, reconnect, reimagine. Switch to Cox Business today.
Bottom of the second, Lopes have some catching up to do against Stephanie Madrigal. Shutout first inning for Seattle's right-hander. Her offense picks up 2 more runs in the second inning, as it'll be Fifield, Aguilar-Bocage, and Holland for the Lopes. And a 2-run home run in the first off the bat of Cathcart, a 2-run base hit off the bat of Vigiano with 2 outs and runners on second and third in the second. Lopes offense looking to pick up Ryan Denhart here early before things unravel. Kristen Fifield again got off to a red-hot start this season in the 5-hole today for Coach Pearson. First pitch from Madrigal on the outside corner for a strike. Count 0-1. Ripped up the middle and through the hole for a base hit. So a leadoff single for the Lopes center fielder, and they have a runner on first base and nobody out. Now has 16 hits. He's tied with Lily Bishop for the team lead in home runs with 3 apiece. Angeli Aguilar-Bocage, 39 hits on the season, hitting .325. Ripped in the air, deep left field. Does it have the distance? Yeah, it does. Set it off. 2-run home run off the bat of Angeli Aguilar-Bocage, and the Lopes cut the lead in half. It's 4-2 here in the second. So Angeli wastes no time taking advantage of that pitch up in the zone, elevates it, hits it well over the left field wall, and just like that, the Lopes are alive early on in this one. And the lead now cut in half for Seattle and Madrigal. 4-2 ball game. So just like that, through an inning and a half, 2 home runs, 1 off the bat of Cathcart, 1 here for Angeli Aguilar-Bocage, and the second for the Lopes to put them on the board. Kaylee Holland will look to keep things rolling here with nobody out and nobody on. First pitch misses low and away, count 1-0. So Kristen Fifield swings at the first pitch she sees in the zone from Madrigal, rips it up the middle for a base hit. Of course, Angeli Aguilar depositing one over the left field wall for a home run. That pitch on the outside corner for a strike, count now 1-1. Chopped up the middle, 2 hops to Madrigal, fields it, throws on to first with ease for the first out. So 1 away. And that'll bring up the Lopes catcher, Kaylee Dietrich. And the 8-hole today for Coach Pearson. Love to bring the tying run to the plate again early on in this game. Final homestand for Kaylee Dietrich here against Seattle this weekend, as that pitch paints the outside corner. Count quickly 0-1. Pitch misses outside. Count now 1-1 here. Madrigal to Kaylee Dietrich. Of course, the Lopes seniors will be honored here tomorrow in Game 3 of this series. A 1 o'clock start on Saturday. Again, Game 2 immediately following this one. That one pitch fouled straight back. Count now moves to 1-2 on Dietrich. So 8 hits combined early on in this one between the Lopes and the Redhawks. 5 for Seattle against Ryan Denhart through 2. 3 for the Lopes through an inning and a third here against Stephanie Madrigal. Pitch misses outside. Count now moves to 2-2. Cut on and missed. Dietrich goes down on strikes. And there's 2 away. Lopes looking to again pass the baton back to the top of the order with Gianna Nicoletti waiting on deck. Araceli Pescara in the 9-hole today. So after back-to-back hits for the Lopes to start this inning, Madrigal settling in nicely. Getting 2 quick outs. Looking to retire the bottom third of this Lopes order. Pescara slaps that one the other way and foul. Count quickly, no balls and 1 strike. Slices that one foul. And the count quickly 0-2. So just a tad bit late on those first two pitches. She'll look to choke up here, put a ball in play here. And the Lopes would love to bring the tying run to the plate after being down by 4 entering this inning. This is low and away there. Count now moves to 1-2. Tries to get Pescara to chase there low on 1-2. Doesn't get her to bite, so the count now leveled at 2-2. Few quality at-bats early on in this one for the Lopes against Seattle's right-hander to go along with those 2 runs on 3 hits. Emergency hack there. Count remains 2-2. And despite that 2.86 ERA coming into this one, Stephanie Madrigal has allowed the long ball, 8 home runs coming into this game. Just allowed her 9th here with nobody out in this inning. 2-2 pitch, cut on and missed. Another punch out for Madrigal. And that'll do it here in the second. Now before the Lopes score 2 runs on 2 hits. The big blow, the 2-run home run off the bat of Angeli Aguilar-Bocage will move to the third. It's a 4-2 lead for the Redhawks. You're watching GCU softball.
Joel Embiid is unhappy.
Like, really unhappy.
Because the internet keeps using not-so-amazing GIFs to react to his amazing highlights. Mountain Dew presents the Joel Embiid Deserves Better Reactions GIF Collection.
Now I'm so happy.
How does a chicken sandwich become a Whataburger spicy chicken sandwich? Is it by slathering it in a fiery sauce? Or adding some crazy hot toppings? Nah. If the chicken in a chicken sandwich wants to be spicy, it has to come from the inside. By marinating it in spices, frying it up, then cooling it off with fresh veggies. All on a new brioche bun. Good thing flavor can come from within. Good thing there's the new limited-time spicy chicken sandwich at Whataburger.
We move to the third here on this Friday afternoon in Phoenix, as you can follow the Lope Nation app. Again, you can get scores, schedules, news updates, and more on the Lope Nation app. Ryan Denhart will deal with the heart of this order, Choate Thompson and Cathcart for Seattle. Looking to get those runs back, 2 runs on 2 hits for the Lopes in that second inning. As they get to Stephanie Madrigal, a leadoff base hit for Kristen Fifield, followed by a 2-run home run well over the left field wall off the bat of Angeli Aguilar-Bocage. And Choate at the plate in that second inning before Vigiano was gunned down at second, trying to steal her second bag in 2 innings against Ryan Denhart. Lined into that double play back in the first inning. No outs, runner on first base, lined out to Gianna Nicoletti, fired to second for the 7-4 DP. Quickly behind in the count here, no balls and 2 strikes. Lofts that one the other way. Count remains 0-2. So 4 runs on 5 hits through the first 2 frames against Ryan Denhart, looking to settle in here in the third after her team was able to pick her up 2 runs to cut that lead in half. Pitch misses outside. Count now moves to 1-2 on Choate. Leads the team in batting average coming into this one, .385. That one is chopped, third base side. Play not going to be made there by Pescara. She gobbles that one up, throws it right back to Denhart, and the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just off the outside corner. The count now moves to 2-2. Ryan Denhart does not get the benefit of the doubt there from the home plate umpire. So she'll look to buckle down here. Again, heart of the order for Seattle, looking for their third consecutive inning with at least one run. That one blooped, second base. Torville shielding the sun, unable to even get a glove on that one. We'll see how they score it. Nonetheless, Seattle has a runner on first base with nobody out, so that Phoenix sun playing a factor early on in this one. Savannah Torville not even close to that one. So that'll bring up Thompson, looking to move the runner over. Reached in the first, scored on the two-run home run off the bat of Cathcart. Ryan Denhart's going to have to be very careful in this inning. That first pitch, lofted foul, going to hit the net, so the count now moves to 0-1. Thought Kaylee Dietrich may have had a beat on that one. If anything else, Ryan Denhart's done a great job getting ahead of these hitters early on in this game. And just trying to limit the damage as Thompson and steps in, takes a ball on the outside corner. Count now 1-1. Pitch misses outside, so Denhart falls behind on Seattle's catcher here. 2 balls and 1 strike, no outs, runner on first, a 4-2 lead for Seattle. 2 runs in the first, 2 in the second. The Lopes able to cut the lead in half with 2 runs of their own in the bottom of the second against Stephanie Madrigal. Nabs the inside corner there as the count now leveled at 2-2. Thompson, again, the 3-hitter, came into this game hitting .350. Leads the team in both home runs and RBIs. 2-2 pitch. Plunks are there as the count, or that'll put runners on first and second with nobody out. So just like that, Ryan Denhart gonna have to get herself into and out of trouble. She's gonna want to get herself out of this jam. And that'll bring up Madison Cathcart. And the drive of the game to this point for Seattle with that 2-run home run. A wall scraper over the right field wall in that first inning. Time called by the home plate umpire. Cathcart again with the 2-run home run in the first, just trying to move the runners into scoring position here in this inning with nobody out. It'll be interesting to see how she navigates this at-bat against the Lopes right-hander. Doesn't square to bunt, lays off that pitch, count now 1-0. One lofted foul. Denhart goes up and away there, getting Cathcart to chase. So the count evens at a ball and a strike. Doesn't get Cathcart to chase there on that pitch outside the zone, so the count now moves to 2-1. Wind is blowing out to right field early on this Friday, so Cathcart again looking to get one in the air. Infield playing straight away, outfield just the same. 2-1. Loft in the air, deep left field, going back to Nicoletti. She's at the track, at the wall, going to play that one off the wall. Misses the cutoff man, 1 run will score. It's an RBI double for Cathcart. She now has 3 ribbies, and Seattle gets one of those 2 runs back. It's a 5-2 game. Runners on second and third, still nobody out. As Seattle continues to have major success early on in this game against Ryan Denhart. And it looks like that's going to be all for the Lopes right-hander, as Coach Pearson is going to go to her bullpen. So a 5-2 lead for Seattle. Runners on second and third with nobody out. And after this break, it looks like Sydney Sahar will look to get the Lopes out of this runners on second and third with nobody out jam.
About time we watched it.
Getting ready to trade it in. What are you doing?
Just a little shopping. Wait, a new truck? Don't you think I should be involved?
Of course. We'll head over to Sanderson Ford as soon as I'm done.
I don't have time today. Hope we're going with 4 doors this time.
Ooh, of course. I know exactly what I want. We want. A lightning blue Ford F-150 Super Crew with EcoBoost.
All done.
Shop from home, buy from home, we deliver. From the dealer you can trust, Sanderson Ford.
Sydney Sahar looking to get out of this runners on second and third and nobody out jam. 1 run on 2 more hits for the Red Hawks here against Ryan Denhart in the third. Again, did not have her best stuff in this one. 2 runs on a hit. The 2-run home run off the bat of Cathcart in the first. A 2-run base hit off the bat of Olivia Vigero in that second inning, making it a 4-0 game. Now 1 run to this point in the third. Runners on second and third are her responsibility. Carly Nance, the senior left-handed bat, hitless in her only plate appearance against Denhart back in that first inning. Went down looking on strikes for a strikeout. Infield will play about halfway, looking to come home on a ground ball down by 3. First pitch from Sahar. Cut on. And fouled off. Count quickly, no balls and 1 strike here on Nance. Despite that strikeout in the first inning, Nance still with 14 runs batted in, has a chance to pick up a pair here to really break this game open early on for Seattle. Again, 1 game behind the Aggies in the Western Athletic Conference standings heading into this final series in the regular season. One pitch, cut on and missed. Healthy hack there from Nance, swings through it, and Sahar comes right after her. Count now moves to 1-2. Sahar would love to keep this one on the infield, if not pick up the strikeout here against Nance. Looking to avoid her second strikeout in the last 3 innings. Pitch misses up, count now moves to 2-2. Redhawks with 7 hits in their first 10 at-bats. That one's cut on and missed. Sydney Sahar gets Nance to chase on that 2-2 offering. Goes up and in for her first punch-out. A much-needed strikeout for the Lopes here in this third inning, trying to keep this a 3-run ball game. And that'll bring up Sylvan, 1 hit in her only plate appearance. Laid down a bunt to lead things off in the second. Was gunned down at home plate by Gianna Nicoletti for out number 2 in that inning. That pitch in there for a called strike. Count quickly 0-1. So Sahar getting ahead of these hitters quickly since entering for Ryan Denhart. That pitch just misses low and in. The count now leveled at a ball and a strike. And Sylvan just looking to make contact here against the Lopes southpaw. Infield will be coming home on a ground ball. Outfield playing straight away. Cut on and missed. And Sahar quickly ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Sahar went up and in against Nance on 2-2. We'll see what she does here on 1-2 against Sylvan. Dietrich sets up in, goes up. That one blooped in the air. Looks like it's going to drop in front of Fifield for a base hit. The runner's going to come home and she's going to score. She had to wait and see if that one was going to drop. It did. in there well ahead of the tag. So an RBI single for Sylvan. She picks up her first RBI of the day, and Seattle gets those 2 runs back that the Lopes scored in the bottom half of this inning, or the bottom half of the second inning, as they pick up 2 here in the third thus far. It's a 6-2 ball game. Runners on first and second with 1 out. And that'll bring up Milder, the shortstop. 1 hit already in this one, ripped one on 2 hops to Gianna Nicoletti with a runner on first base and nobody out in the second against Denhart. That pitch misses up and away, count 1-0. So Sydney Sahar executes her pitch, jamming Sylvan there with runners on second and third. But again, the sun playing a factor, allowing that one to drop. As the 1-0 pitch, check swing, fouled off. Count now moves to 1-1. Milder now with 21 hits on the season. Only 8 runs batted in. That one's ripped up the middle, past the glove of Torville and into center field for a base hit. Here comes the play at the plate, the throw a little bit up the line. It's an RBI single for Brooke Milder. She picks up her 9th run batted in here this season, and it's a 7-2 lead now for Seattle. Lopes in danger of really letting this thing go with runners on the corners and 1 out. So Sydney Sahar will look to stop the bleeding here. We'll get a mound visit as the infield will meet just behind the circle. And 2 runs in the first, 2 in the second. 3 thus far here in the third with Seattle looking for more. Lily Garcia laid down a sacrifice bunt with runners on first and second and nobody out in the second, setting up that 2-run single off the bat of Vigiano. So an RBI double for Madison Cathcart. That chased Ryan Denhart. A single by Sylvan with runners on first or second and third with 1 out. That made it a 6-2 game. Now Brooke Milder with her second base hit. She's now 2 for 2. Picks up her 9th RBI on the season, making this a 5-run lead for the Redhawks. 1-0 pitch on the corner for a strike, count 1-1. Pitch fouled back. Garcia just a tad bit early on that one. See her lunging forward as the count now moves to 1-2. Look to wait back here with 2 strikes, looking to protect the plate. Lopes in desperate need for an out. Looking to limit the damage. 1-2 pitch. Ripped into right field. That one's going to be caught out there by Dyer. Throws that one into second for out number 2. So a loud out number 2 off the bat of Lily Garcia. Hits the ball hard. It's got nothing to show for it as she'll head back to the dugout. Runners on the corners and 2 away. And that'll bring up Matriotti. So a nice play out there in right field by Tabitha Dyer. Closes in on that one. Matriotti with a base hit in her first and only plate appearance. Came around to score on that base hit off the bat of Olivia Vigiano to make this a 4-0 game at the time. That's a first pitch. Ripped to third. Pescara has it, and that'll do it here in the third, but not before Seattle picks up 3 more runs here in the third. We'll go to the bottom half of the third. Lopes have some catching up to do. It's Seattle 7, GCU 2.
About time we watched it.
Getting ready to trade it in. What are you doing?
Just a little shopping. Wait, a new truck. Don't you think I should be involved?
Of course. We'll head over to Sanderson Ford as soon as I'm done.
I don't have time today. Hope we're going with 4 doors this time.
Ooh, of course. I know exactly what I want. I mean, we want. A lightning blue Ford F-150 Super Crew with EcoBoost.
All done.
Shop from home, buy from home, we deliver. From the dealer you can trust, Sanderson Ford.
I would say to anybody considering maybe skipping graduation to spend a long time thinking about participating. I think it's a great opportunity to really take advantage of a moment that you only get once in your life. It's an opportunity to really experience something that highlights all the hard work that you've put in.
Not very many people get to experience that in their life. It's such an honor and a privilege to be able to do that, and I think the memories that come out of that are just incredible.
Herff Jones, by your side.
We move to the bottom of the third here at GCU Softball Stadium. So Stephanie Madrigal gives up the 2-run blast to Aguilar Bocage in the bottom of the second. Her team picks her up with 3 runs in the top of the third, making this a 5-run advantage for the Redhawks entering this final regular season series. And Madrigal came into this game with 8 wins on the season, looking to make it 9 as she'll deal with the top third of the Lopes order for the second time. Second go-around for the Lopes against Seattle's right-hander, Nicoletti, Dyer, and Bishop. Gianna hitless in her only at-bat thus far. Looking to set the tone early on in this third inning. Madrigal looking to settle in. Try and hit cruise control with her team up by 5. This Redhawks offense able to chase Ryan Dennard after the RBI double off the bat of Cathcart. Picked up 3 RBIs in her 2 at-bats against the Lopes right-hander. That pitch is on the corner for a strike, count now 1-1. Misses outside. Nice pitch there from Madrigal, able to paint the corner beautifully there as the count now moves to 2-2 on the Lopes left fielder. And the Lopes, all it really takes is a base hit and a blast here in this inning to get them right back in this game, looking to rejuvenate that offense after the 3 runs scored in the top half of the inning. Pitch misses outside, so another quality at bat here for Gianna Nicoletti, able to work the count full. Payoff pitch. And it looks like that one was fouled off by Nicoletti. She'll head back to home plate, and the count remains 3-2. So Madrigal again with the payoff, ripped right back to Madrigal. Able to get a glove on that one, throw on to first for the out. So Nicoletti now 0 for 2 against Stephanie Madrigal. She'll head back to the dugout, hit that one right on the screws. Madrigal able to get a glove on it for the first out. So now Tabitha Dyer will look to give the Lopes a 1-out base runner, 1 hit. With a base hit in her first and only plate appearance, was left stranded in that first inning. Pitch misses out, count 1-0 on the Lopes right fielder. Made a nice catch with runners on the corners and 1 out to limit the damage against Seattle in the top half of this inning. One-0 pitch misses up. And Dyer now in the driver's seat, up in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. Again, with the Lopes down by 5, all they need is a base runner, trying to string a couple of hits along here in this inning. Madrigal again trying to retire the Lopes with ease. Easy 4-3 put out there by Garcia. 2 up and 2 down. Lily Bishop will now look to keep this inning going for the Lopes. And those 3 home runs tied for the Lopes lead in long balls here in 2021. Grounded one softly to third base on the first pitch that she saw from Madrigal back in the first. Lays off that pitch low in the zone, count 1-0. Nice pitch there from Madrigal. Does not get the call from the home plate umpire. Count now moves to 2-0. So she falls behind 2-0 on the last two hitters, but nonetheless has seemed to settle in after the two-run home run off the bat of Aguilar Bocage in that second inning. Made quick work of the Lopes in the first. Bounced back nicely after those two hits in the second. And now looking to retire the Lopes in order here in the third. So that one paints the corner. Count now 2-1 on Bishop. Deep in the hole at short, across the diamond. Nice play there by Milder for the 6-3 putout, and that'll do it. An easy 1-2-3 inning against the top of the Lopes order for Stephanie Madrigal. We'll go to the fourth, 7-2 Seattle here in Phoenix.
When life seems uncertain, there's one credit union that provides both dollars and cents. Copper State Credit Union. With solutions that focus on our members, you can take advantage of competitive rates, free cashback checking, and local attentive service. Uplifting our community is a standard we live by. That's why thousands of your Arizona neighbors rely on us. Strengthening Arizona families through financial empowerment. That's Copper State Credit Union.
I'm personal injury attorney James Bergener. Accidents can happen. If something happens to you or your family, call me. My firm and I will take you by the hand and guide you through everything. You see, personal injuries are just that. They're personal. You're not a number. You're more than just a name. This is your life. At my firm, each case is professionally and personally tailored to you. So if you've been injured, I've got your back. Call me now for a free consultation.
Sydney Sahar back out on the circle for the Lopes as we enter the top half of the fourth. An easy 1-2-3 inning for Stephanie Madrigal against the top third of the Lopes order in the third. Top third of the order for Seattle here in the fourth. Vigiano, Choate, and Thompson. Sydney Sahar coming on in relief for Ryan Denhart with runners on second and third and nobody out in that third inning. All 7 runs to this point credited to Ryan Denhart. Seattle looks to add to this 5-run lead. Vigiano has reached base safely in her first 2 plate appearances. That one isn't there for a called strike. Again, reached on the illegal pitch after working the count full and flying one to left field. Was caught by Gianna Nicoletti, but was able to reach. Was gunned down at second base after stealing second base in that first inning on a double play off the bat of Choate. Fouls that one off and is quickly behind on the count 0-2 here against Sahar. And of course, with runners on second and third with 2 away in the second, was able to make this a 4-0 game with a base hit to right field on one hop to Tabitha Dyer. Seattle with now 9 hits to this point against Lopes pitching. Cut on, fouled off, foul tipped off the glove of Dietrich, so we'll do it again at 0-2. Overall 600 team batting average to this point as a collective unit for Seattle. Looking to set the tone in this 3-game set, their final road series of the season, before these 2 teams head to Seattle next week. Pitch misses up, count now 1-2. Spoiled foul on the left side. We'll do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sydney Sahar again comes into this one pumping strikes for Coach Pearson. Just something you love to see out of the bullpen. Just trying to make quick work of Seattle for the first time in this game. Caused problems for the first 3 innings. Only 3 players to this point in the lineup for Seattle who have not picked up a hit. That pitch misses outside. Count now moves to 2-2. Bailey Thompson, who's reached base twice in this one, reached on an error in the first. 0 for 1 with a walk. Lily Garcia 0 for 1 at that sacrifice bunt in the second, lining out sharply to Dyer last inning with runners on the corners. She's hitless to this point. That pitch just misses off the inside corner. The count now runs full at 3-2. And then, of course, Carly Nance, hitless in her first 2 plate appearances, still looking to make contact, as she has struck out both looking and swinging in each of her first 2 plate appearances. Seattle looking for a leadoff base runner in the form of Vigiano. 3-2 pitch. Ripped in the air, left field, but right there is Nicoletti. She'll haul it in. 1 up and 1 down for Sydney Sahar here in inning number 4. So Vigiano retired for the first time today. Allie Cho looking for her second hit in her 3rd plate appearance. 1 for 2, had that base hit and scored back in the 3rd. After lining into that double play in the left field all the way back in the 1st. First pitch from Sahar, tapped softly and foul. The count 0-1. And Cho came into this game leading Seattle in average and hits. It's quickly behind in the count here against the Lopes left-hander. No balls and 2 strikes. So Sydney Sahar looking to accomplish something that Ryan Denhart was unable to do in each of her first 3 innings of work. Trying to retire this Seattle offense in order. 0-2 pitch on the outside corner, called strike 3, and Cho will take a seat. She's now 1 for 3, and there's 2 away. So Sydney Sahar picks up strikeout number 2 since entering this one, and she's 1 out away from retiring this Red Hawks lineup in order. Top 3 hitters in this lineup. Bailey Thompson, again, has reached base twice, reached on the E6 with 2 outs and nobody on in the first. It was hit by a pitch, came around to score on both instances, in the first and in the 3rd. Scored on the 2-run home run in the first off the bat of Cathcart. Came around to score on a base hit off the bat of Sylvan in the 3rd. Rip to 3rd, easy hop, Pescara across the diamond to Bishop, and that'll do it. A 1-2-3 top of the 4th for Sydney Sahar. So we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. The Lopes offense looking to chip away at Seattle 7, GCU 2 here at GCU Softball Stadium.
How does a chicken sandwich become a Whataburger spicy chicken sandwich? Is it by slathering it in a fiery sauce? Or adding some crazy hot toppings? Nah. If the chicken in a chicken sandwich wants to be spicy, it has to come from the inside. By marinating it in spices, frying it up, then cooling it off with fresh veggies. All on a new brioche bun. Good thing flavor can come from within. Good thing there's the new limited-time spicy chicken sandwich at Whataburger.
An easy 1-2-3 top half of the 4th for Sydney Sahar. Stephanie Madrigal looking to make quick work of the middle part of this Lopes order here in the bottom half of the inning with her team up by 5. It'll be Torville leading things off for the Lopes, followed by Fifield and Aguilar-Bocage. Again, it was that 2nd inning that gave Madrigal trouble. A single off the bat of Fifield, a 2-run blast off the bat of Angeli Aguilar-Bocage. The only damage to this point allowed by this Lopes offense. Would love to chip into this lead earlier rather than later. And Madrigal looking for her 9th win of the season. Torville hitless in her only at bat against Madrigal to this point. Swings at the first pitch, lofts that one in the air. Shallow right field, but it's going to drop foul. So the count quickly no balls and 1 strike. Trying to be aggressive early on here against number 14. Savannah hitting one on 1 hop to Matriotti at third base. I was back in the first with a runner aboard. Works the count to 1-1, able to lay off that pitch low and away. And the Lopes with 1 win in their first visit against Tarleton last weekend. That one's lofted in the air. Right field should be an easy play for Choate. Battles the sun, puts it away. 1 up and 1 down for Madrigal. The Lopes with an 8-0 victory, with Ryan Denhart picking up the win in the second game of that series. Tarleton with an 11-1 win on that Saturday. Remember, the first game of that series postponed due to rain. Lopes picking up 1 win in a 3-game set at California Baptist 2 weekends ago. Of course, had a tough time with it out in Tucson against Arizona. It's been a tough stretch for the Lopes towards the tail end of this season. Again, looking to catch lightning in a bottle before they head to Seattle next weekend. The 0-1 pitch on the outside corner, and Fifield quickly falls behind. No balls and 2 strikes. Worked the count to 1-0 in that second inning before lacing one up the middle. Waste pitch there from Madrigal, unable to get the Lopes center fielder to chase. Count now moves to 1-2. Gets a sign from Thompson, kicks, winds, and delivers the 1-2. That one ripped on the right side and foul. Just to the right of the first base back, so we'll do it again. And Fifield has been a key batter in this lineup for Coach Pearson throughout this 2021 season. Tied for the lead in home runs with Lily Bishop with 3. Just trying to get a board here. Again, her team down by 5. That one's fouled straight back. An emergency hack there from Fifield to keep it at 1-2. Nice block there from Thompson to keep it in front as the count now moves to 2-2. Rip to right field. Does it have the height? Yes, it does. A laser off the bat of Kristen Fifield. She now has the team lead in home runs with 4. And the Lopes chip into this Seattle lead. It's 7-3. So Kristen Fifield sets things off here in this 4th. And that'll bring up Angeli Aguilar-Bocage. So the Lopes with 3 runs, both via the home run against Stephanie Madrigal. Meeting out here on the mound after that, but still a 4-run game. If you're going to make a mistake, it may as well be a slow little blast here for Madrigal. We'll see if she stays in this game. Nobody warming up in the bullpen for Seattle. As she'll stay out there. A quick mound visit here for Seattle. So Fifield now 2 for 2 against Madrigal. Has her number in this one. Ripped a base hit up the middle back in the second. Able to work the count here in the 4th with 1 away. Rifles that one over the right field wall. The only question was whether or not it was going to have the height, and it did. Angeli Aguilar-Bocage, again elevating one in her last at-bat. A no-doubter over the left field wall. Takes that first pitch, well off the plate. Count 1-0 on the Lopes shortstop. One off the end of the bat. Fouled off on the right side. Count now 1-1. Again, one error in this game to this point was at E6 in the first for Aguilar Bocage, which led to the 2-run home run off the bat of Cathcart, making it a 2-0 game. And it all unraveled for Seattle. 2 more in the second, 3 in the third. Lopes slowly trying to chip away. Pick up 1 on the home run from Fifield. Aguilar Bocage able to work the count to 2-1. Going to give the Lopes a 1-out base runner here. Has been disciplined in this at-bat thus far against Madrigal. In the bottom third of this Lopes order, hitless in their first plate appearances against Seattle's right-hander. I want to rip to right and foul. The count now runs full at 3-2. One hop, right to Madrigal. Turns to her left, throws on to first. And there are 2 away. So Angeli now 1 for 2 against Madrigal. 2 outs and nobody aboard. The Lopes will look to keep things going with Kaylee Holland. Hitless in her only at-bat thus far against Madrigal. Madrigal looking to lead Seattle to their 6th consecutive victory. And a series win here at GCU this weekend could potentially hand Seattle a Western Athletic Conference title. Currently 1 game behind the Aggies. Holland quickly in the driver's seat. 2 balls and no strikes. I went right down Broadway for a strike count, now 2-1. Coach Pearson looking for more of the same when it comes to Sydney Sahar in the top half of the 5th. Trying to keep this 4-run lead at bay for Seattle. Ripped on 1 hop to Garcia, throws on to first, 4-3 put out, and that'll do it. Not before the Lopes pick up 1 run on 1 hit. Solo home run off the bat of Kristen Fifield, well over the right field wall, her 4th home run of the year. As we go to the 5th, 7-3 lead for the Redhawks.
Joel Embiid is unhappy.
Like, really unhappy.
Because the internet keeps using not-so-amazing GIFs to react to his amazing highlights. Mountain Dew presents the Joel Embiid Deserves Better Reactions GIF Collection.
Now I'm so happy.
About time we watched it.
Getting ready to trade it in. What are you doing?
Just a little shopping. Wait, a new truck. Don't you think I should be involved?
Of course. We'll head over to Sanderson Ford as soon as I'm done.
I don't have time today. Hope we're going with 4 doors this time.
Ooh, of course. I know exactly what I want. I mean, we want. A lightning blue Ford F-150 Super Crew with EcoBoost.
All done.
Shop from home, buy from home, we deliver. From the dealer you can trust, Sanderson Ford.
We move to the 5th, and GCU TV viewers, you can get 20% off online by using the promo code GAMEDAY20. That's capital GAMEDAY20 at lopeshop.gcu.edu. And you get everything from the coolest accessories over there at the Lope Shop. As Sydney Sahar, who's retired 4 in a row to this point, looking to add to that as she looks to again keep this 4-run lead at bay for the Red Hawks. The Lopes slowly chipping away with 1 run on 1 hit in the 4th. Kristen Fifield now with 4 long balls on the season here in 2021. That first pitch misses up, count 1-0. Middle part of this Seattle order, Madison Cathcart been the player of the game offensively to this point for the Red Hawks. 2-run home run in the first. Had the RBI double in her last at-bat. That was in the 3rd. As she pops that one in the air, we'll see if the sun plays a factor. Fifield calls off both Dyer and Torville, makes the play. 5 in a row retired now for Sahar. Now she'll deal with Carly Nance. Still looking to make contact for the first time in this one. Struck out back in the 1st. That was looking after working the count full at 3-2. Chased a 2-2 fastball up in the zone in her last at-bat with runners on 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. First pitch misses up, count 1-0. And Seattle with 9 hits to this point, team batting average of .474. Lopes slowly getting their team average up in this one, just hitting .250 to this point against Madrigal, who again has settled in nicely. Only 2 mistakes, 2 home runs, now has allowed 10 on the season. .2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed as the count now moves to 2-1. And it's unable to hold up on that swing. Sahar looking to slowly but surely work her way back into this count. And has done a nice job since entering this one. Only allowing 2 hits and 2 1/3 innings of work. 2-1 pitch, popped foul over the booth and out of play. So the count now moves to 2-2. So after falling behind 2-0, Sahar battles back. Nance looking to avoid the hat trick. Pops that one in the air. We'll see if it stays in play. Dietrich battling the sun, unable to make the play in front of Bishop. And the sun giving the Lopes a tough time here in game 1. An easy fly ball to second base, back in the second. Savannah Torville unable to get a glove on it, battling the sun. That play definitely playable for both Bishop and Dietrich, unable to get to it. So the count remains 2-2. That one lofted in the air, right side. Coming over is Dyer, covering a lot of ground in foul territory, able to make the play. Nice play by the Lopes right fielder for out number 2. Again, ranging to her left on that play. Able to cover a lot of ground for out number 2, and that'll bring up Sylvan. 2 for 2 in this game, as Lopes pitching has yet to retire Cherise Sylvan. Had the bunt single in the second, came around to score. Had the RBI single with runners on 2nd and 3rd. With 1 out in her last at-bat, that was against Sahar. Took a 2-2 pitch on the inner part of the plate, blooping it on 1 hop to Kristen Fifield in center field. That made it a 6-2 game at that point, as Seattle would tag on 1 more to make it a 7-2 game. Count now moves to 1-1, as Sahar is able to paint the corner there. It's been the bottom third of this Seattle order. 2 hits for Sylvan, 2 hits for Brooke Milder. Of course, 1 for Matriotti, driving in a run in her last at-bat. That pitch misses outside. Count now moves to 2-1. Oh, and ripped right back to Sahar, throws on to first, gets the speedy Sylvan, and they retire Sylvan for the first time in this game. She's now 2 for 3, and that'll do it here in the 5th. Another easy 1-2-3 inning for the Lopes Southpaw. She's retired 7 in a row as we move to the bottom of the 5th. Still a 7-3 lead. Lopes looking to play a little catch-up here in Phoenix.
When life seems uncertain, there's one credit union that provides both dollars and cents. Copper State Credit Union. With solutions that focus on our members, you can take advantage of competitive rates, free cashback checking, and local attentive service. Uplifting our community is a standard we live by. That's why thousands of your Arizona neighbors rely on us. Strengthening Arizona families through financial empowerment. That's Copper State Credit Union.
At Tire Pros, we know your time is valuable.
And spending time with family and friends is what really matters.
Our customers are the core of our business.
That's why we make buying tires and auto service hassle-free.
Our certified technicians will keep your car running smoothly.
So you can spend your time the way that you want.
Find a convenient location near you at TireProsOfArizona.com.
Hassle-free guaranteed.
We go to the bottom half of the 5th. Still a 4-run lead for Seattle. Lopes offense running out of time in this one. Be 8-9-1 against Madrigal. Stephanie Madrigal, despite giving up 3 runs on 4 hits to this point, has been pretty solid for Seattle. Again, just ran into trouble at those 2 runs on 2 hits in the second. 2-run blast off the bat of Angeli Aguilar-Bocage. And then, of course, the solo blast from Kristen Fifield in the 4th, cutting in to this deficit for the Lopes. Kaylee Dietrich hitless in her only plate appearance, struck out swinging to end things in the second against Madrigal. Swings at the first pitch, pops it up in the air, fair territory. Again, the sun playing a factor, but Lily Garcia able to haul that one in for out number 1. So 1 pitch and 1 out here for Madrigal. She looks to continue to cruise along. And that'll bring up Pescara, the third baseman for the Lopes, getting the start in this one. Struck out in her only plate appearance as well. The only 2 punch-outs in this one for Madrigal. Lopes 8 and 9 hitters. That one slapped the other way, and foul count quickly 0-1. Madrigal did a nice job getting ahead of Pescara in that second inning. Quickly got ahead, no balls and 2 strikes before getting Araceli to swing on the outside corner. Pitch misses low and away there. Gets away from Thompson as the count now moves to 1-1. Tries to come in on the Lopes third baseman there. Misses low and in. Count now 2-1 on Pescara. Looking to reach for the first time in this one. Again, 2 bloops and a blast. The Lopes are right back in this ball game. Cut on and missed. Count now moves to 2-2. So she comes in on 1-1, misses. That one just off the plate as well on 2-1, going on the outside corner, getting Pescara to chase. See what she goes with here on 2-2. Gets the sign from Thompson, kicks, winds, and fires. Fouls that one off. That one just on the outside corner. But Pescara able to, again, spoil that pitch. Slice it down the left field line, and the count remains 2-2. Comes back in on 2-2, misses low. On 1 hop to Thompson, and the count now runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Again, the Lopes have done a nice job working the count against Madrigal, just have not been able to take advantage of the opportunities that have been given to them to this point. Chopped, third base side. We'll see if that one rolls foul. It will not. It's an infield base hit for Araceli Pescara, and the Lopes have a runner on first with 1 out. Again, Matriotti was waiting for that one to take a left turn. Stays on the right side of the left field line, giving the Lopes their 4th hit in this one. And that'll bring up Gianna Nicoletti, still looking for her first hit. 3rd go-around for this Lopes order against Stephanie Madrigal. Lays down a bunt, but foul, so the count quickly 0-1 on the Lopes left fielder. It's grounded out softly right back to the mound in her first 2 plate appearances. 1 in the first, 1 in the third. Waves at that one. Count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Again, trying to slap it the other way. Lunging a bit on that pitch from Madrigal and able to get a piece of it. Looking to protect here with a runner on first base. Again, 1 out, the Lopes looking for at least 1 more base runner. Trying to give themselves a chance late in this ball game. Cut on and missed. Nicoletti goes down on strikes. Third punch out for Madrigal. Gianna now 0 for 3 here in game 1. And that'll bring up Tabitha Dyer looking to keep things going. Dyer 1 for 2 had a base hit back in the first, was left stranded, grounded out sharply to second base. That was in the third. Takes that one outside, count 1-0. Tabitha just looking to keep things going, trying to pass the baton to Lily Bishop on deck to make this game a 1-run game with 1 swing of the bat. A pitch on the corner for a called strike. Count 1-1. Madrigal goes back to the corner on 1-1. Gets the benefit of the doubt there. Count now moves to 1-2 on the Lopes right fielder. Looking to choke up on the bat here again, just trying to put the ball in play. Pescara looking to get a good lead off of first. 1-2 pitch for Madrigal. An emergency hack there from the Lopes right fielder, able to get a piece of it as Pescara, again, moving on the pitch, will head back to first. Still nobody warming up in the pen for Seattle, so this is Stephanie Madrigal's game to win here in the 5th. That one chopped right side of the bag, across the diamond. 5-3 put out for Matriotti, and that'll do it. An easy inning for Stephanie Madrigal. She's through 5, only allowing 3 runs on 5 hits. We'll go to the 6th. Seattle 7, GCU 3.
From reimagining the way you work to reassessing what you need, you've changed the way you do business. And now, so have we. With no annual contracts and flexible internet and voice solutions, you'll have what you need to get back to business. Rethink, reconnect, reimagine. Switch to Cox Business today.
At Raising Cane's, we know quality takes time, patience, and the best ingredients, which is why every chicken finger we serve is hand-battered and cooked to order just for you. We never take shortcuts, but that doesn't mean you can. Introducing an even faster and easier way to order Cane's with our new app. Find your closest restaurant, customize your meal, pay, and schedule pickup. So next time, take it easy and order with the Raising Cane's app.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Top of the 6th here in Phoenix as we take a look at the upcoming schedule. Of course, a lot going on this weekend here at GCU. Of course, the Lopes taking on the Red Hawks. Game 1 and 2 today. Game 2 immediately following this one here on this Friday afternoon. Game 3 tomorrow at 1. Of course, the Lopes will be celebrating and honoring their 5 seniors. Baseball in town as well against Dixie State. Starting tonight at 6 p.m. only on GCU TV. A 4-game set between the Lopes and Dixie State. The sprinklers on here at GCU Softball Stadium. Kind of delaying play here as we move to the top half of the 6th inning. 7-3 lead for Seattle, as you can see there. Trying to combat this sprinklers. The Lopes looking to combat this Seattle offense. If you're just joining us, those first 3 innings for Seattle, scoring 7 runs on those 9 hits. Sydney Sahara's retired 7 straight since then. Madison Cathcart with a 2-run home run in the first off of Ryan Denhart, making it a 2-0 game. Seattle giving themselves another opportunity to score in the second, putting runners on second and third with 2 outs. Olivia Vigiano picking up 2 more runs batted in. She now has 18 on the season. That made it a 4-0 game at the point. Lopes would cut into that lead after a leadoff single from Kristen Fifield. Angeli Aguilar-Bocage lofting a 2-run home run deep over the left field wall, making it 4-2 in the second. But then Seattle would take that 4-run lead back and more in the top of the third. Madison Cathcart, who had Ryan Denhart's number in this one, the home run in the first, was able to double into the left center field gap in the third with runners on first and second and nobody out. That scored 1 run, making it a 5-2 lead. Cherise Sylvan singling up the middle against Sydney Sahar with runners on second and third and 1 out. Made a nice pitch up and in on a 2-2 pitch. But of course, the Phoenix Sun making it very difficult for this Lopes infield throughout the first 5 innings. Ball dropped in front of Kristen Fifield, making it a 6-2 game. Brooke Milder would pick up an RBI single up the middle, making it a 7-2 ball game. Sydney Sahar did a nice job, though, getting out of further trouble after relieving Ryan Denhart in that third inning. She's since retired 7 straight. Lopes able to tack on 1 run to chip into that Seattle lead. Kristen Fifield with her 4th home run of the year with a laser over the right field wall. That made it 7-3 in the 4th, and that's where we stand. 7 runs on 9 hits for Seattle. There's 3 runs on 5 hits for the Lopes, as it looks like they've finally combated that sprinkler as the outfield will now take their positions against Sydney Sahar. Looking to combat this Seattle offense. 7, 8, and 9 hitters, Milder, Garcia, and Matriotti. Milder has been a thorn in the Lopes' side so far this afternoon and came into the day with just 8 runs batted in, .250 batting average, ripped one into left field on 1 hop to Gianna Nicoletti in the second, putting runners on first and second at the time. And, of course, drove in a run with runners on the corners and 2 outs in her last at-bat. So she's 2 for 2. Lily Garcia has been vital to this Seattle offense as well, setting them up nicely. Runners on first and second with nobody out in that second inning. Laid down a sacrifice bunt, which set up Olivia Vigiano for that 2-run base hit, making it a 4-0 game. With runners on the corners and 1 out. Lily would lace one into right field, a shoestring catch from Tabitha Dyer, making it a 5-run lead in that third inning. So she'll get another crack at it. And Allison Matriotti, 1 for 2 in this game as well, picked up a hit in her first plate appearance. So again, 7 straight retired by the Lopes Southpaw in this one. As you take a look there at Angeli Aguilar-Bocage, getting the Lopes on the scoreboard in that second inning. He's also committed the 1 error in this one to this point for the Lopes, with an E6 in the hole at short. Seattle hitting well over 600 through the first 3 innings, average down to 429 as a collective unit. Looking to figure out Sydney Sahar. First pitch in there for a strike, count 0-1 on Milder. She came around to score on that single back in the second. It was the first run to score out of the 2 on the base hit from Vigiano. Was left stranded at first base back in the third. Count now 1-1 on Seattle's shortstop. Took a little something off that one as it paints the outside corner. The count now moves to 1-2 on Brooke Milder. Again, looking for her 3rd hit of the day. Would be the first hitter in this lineup on this Friday afternoon to pick up 3 hits. Both Brooke and Cherise Sylvan with 2 hits apiece against Lopes pitching. And it'll stay that way as Sydney Sahar able to paint the outside corner for a called strike 3. She now has 3 strikeouts against this Seattle offense, and there's 1 away here in the 6th. That'll bring up Lily Garcia. And still looking for her first hit. Hit one right on the screws in her last at-bat with that fly ball to right field. Top of the Dyer able to, again, make a nice catch out there in right field with runners on the corners to keep it a 5-run lead. That one into the gap. Gianna Nicoletti covering some ground for the putout, and there's 2 away. So 9 straight retired now for Sydney Sahar, and that'll bring up Matriotti with 2 outs and nobody on. So Garcia looking to make things happen right away. That pitch over the heart of the zone, middle in from Sydney Sahar. Finding the left center field gap, but Gianna Nicoletti covering a lot of grass out there in left center field. First pitch to Matriotti, bunted right in front of Dietrich, but it rolls foul. So she'll retreat back to home plate. The count now quickly moves to no balls and 1 strike. And the Lopes are running out of time. They have 6 outs to work with. Be the heart of the order, Bishop, Torville, and Fifield if you're looking ahead to the bottom of the 6th. Again, Stephanie Madrigal has been dominant throughout this one for Seattle despite the 2 home runs given up. That one gets away from Sahar. His count now moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. Matriotti, again, the base hit in her first at-bat, came around to score and then lofted a lazy fly ball to third base to end things in that 3rd inning. One pitch. And there's a lazy fly ball hit to Lily Bishop for the final out here in the 6th. 10 straight retired by Sydney Sahar, keeping the Lopes offense in this ball game. They're running out of time as we move to the bottom of the 6th at Seattle 7, GCU 3 here in the heart of Phoenix.
When life seems uncertain, there's one credit union that provides both dollars and cents. Copper State Credit Union. With solutions that focus on our members, you can take advantage of competitive rates, free cashback checking, and local attentive service. Uplifting our community is a standard we live by. That's why thousands of your Arizona neighbors rely on us. Strengthening Arizona families through financial empowerment. That's Copper State Credit Union.
From reimagining the way you work, reimagine. Switch to Cox Business today.
Bishop, Torville, and Fifield for the Lopes. As we move to the bottom of the 6th, they're only down by 4. Stephanie Madrigal looking to again cruise in this 6th inning after making quick work of the Lopes in the 5th. Through 5 innings of work, she's allowed those 3 runs on 5 hits. 2 home runs for the Lopes, 10 allowed on the season now for Stephanie Madrigal. Lily Bishop still looking for her first hit in this one. Grounded out sharply to third in the first. Grounded out sharply to short back in the 3rd. Kristen Fifield, the only hitter in the middle part of the Lopes order that has seemed to figure out Madrigal on this one. Torville hitless in her first 2 at-bats as well. Lily Bishop will again look to work the count here in the 6th. 6 outs to work with for GCU here in Game 1. Count quickly, 2 balls and no strikes on the Lopes' first baseman. In Game 2 immediately following this one between the Lopes and the Redhawks. Game 3, the series finale tomorrow at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Ripped right side, gobbled up by Cathcart, steps on the bag for the first out unassisted. And Bishop's retired for the 3rd time. She's now 0 for 3 with 3 ground balls hit on this infield against Seattle, and that'll bring up Savannah Torville. That one ripped. And it's going to find the hole on the right side and into center field for a base hit. So Torville gets a piece on that one, again off the end of the bat. Was able to pick up her first hit on this Friday afternoon. Now 1 for 3, and that'll bring up Kristen Fifield. Again, 2 for 2 against Madrigal. The home run in her last at-bat. A home run could make it a 2-run ball game here in the 6th. Two hits, 2 runs scored for the Lopes center fielder. Takes that first pitch outside, count 1-0. Outfield playing fairly deep for Kristen Fifield here in the 6th. Torville looking to get a good jump off of first. That one grounded right back to Madrigal. On to second for one, on to first. Not in time as the speedy Fifield able to beat it out just in the nick of time to keep this inning alive for the Lopes. Torville retired. She'll head back to the dugout. So with a runner on first and 2 away, that'll bring up Angeli Aguilar-Bocage. Was retired in her last at-bat back in the 4th after the 2-run blast back in the 2nd. On the outside corner for a strike count, 0-1. Madrigal falling behind both Bishop, Torville, and Fifield. Quickly getting ahead here of Aguilar-Bocage here with 2 away. Count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Gets a sign from Thompson. It'll be an 0-2 to Angeli Aguilar-Bocage. Lays off that pitch on the outside corner. And the count now moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chop softly, third base side, gonna roll foul at the last moment. And Aguilar-Bocage will retreat back to home plate. Left-hander starting to warm up in that bullpen for Seattle. I'll see if Stephanie Mattrall can at very least get out of this 6th inning. Pitch misses low and away. Count now moves to 2-2. Only 3 strikeouts to this point for Madrigal. And she makes it 4. And that'll retire the side here in the 6th. No runs, 1 hit for the Lopes. We'll move to the 7th. Still a 7-3 lead for Seattle, looking to tack on a few insurance runs as we move to the 7th.
Grand Canyon University, a Christian university, is one of the largest and fastest growing universities in the country. GCU offers 270 dynamic academic programs with modern apartment-style living, classrooms, labs, restaurants, and more. Located in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona, GCU's vibrant community and expansive campus is ranked top 20 for best college campuses in America. My university integrates the free market system with a welcoming Christian worldview perspective into its academic programs and throughout campus life, so you can put your faith into action and help transform communities. GCU campus students received over $157 million in scholarships in 2020, and many students attend GCU for less than the cost of a state university. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer to see the scholarships you qualify for. Admissible high school seniors can schedule a free visit from anywhere in the country. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer.
Sydney Sahar has retired 10 straight, dating back to the top of the 3rd. 2 runs in the 1st, 2 runs in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd for Seattle. Have done absolutely nothing since against the Lopes' left-handed pitcher. Top of the order for Seattle, Olivia Vigiano had those 2 RBIs in the 2nd. Flew out to left, back in the 4th against Sahar. Lays down a bunt, foul as Dietrich scoops it up. Off the helmet of Vigiano, made a quick snap throw to first. It's called foul by the home plate umpire as Vigiano seems to be okay as the count quickly 0-1. Allie Choate having a fun time with Olivia Vigiano there. Hands her bat back. Jeff Hirai taking a quick look at Vigiano, heads back to 3rd base. Again, a quick snap throw there from the Lopes backstop. Nonetheless, a foul ball for strike number 1. That one's laced into left field, 1 hop, in front of Nicoletti. She throws it into second. So a base hit for Vigiano after getting plunked in the head on that throw from Dietrich. First base hit, first base runner for Seattle since the third inning. Again, 10 straight retired by Sydney Sahar. With Vigiano breaking that streak, Choate 1 for 3 in this game. Again, came into this game leading Seattle in both batting average and hits. Had that base hit in the third, came around to score, struck out looking in her last at-bat. Fouls that one straight back, count 0-1. It's been the top of the order and the top of the order and the bottom third of the order for the Red Hawks in this one against Lopes pitching. 3 combined hits from Vigiano and Choate, really setting the table for Seattle, as that one is in there for a called strike on the outside corner. Count quickly 0-2 on Choate. And of course, Cherise Sylvan and Brooke Milder at the bottom of the order, setting the table for Seattle with 4 combined hits in their 6 at-bats. 0-2 pitch misses up, count now 1-2. Seattle would love to tack on at least one more insurance run. Sydney Sahar looking to give the Lopes offense at least one more opportunity in the 7th with 3 outs to work with to climb their way back into this ball game. It's a 1-2 pitch, ripped up the middle, past Aguilar and into center field for a base hit. Fifield will throw it in, so back-to-back base hits from Vigiano and Choate against Sydney Sahar. And they're in business here in the 7th. That'll bring up Bailey Thompson. Thompson hitless in this game against both Sahar and Ryan Denhart. Reached on the E6 in the first, came around to score on the home run, was hit by a pitch in the third, came around to score on a base hit off the bat of Sylvan. First pitch misses low and away, count 1-0. So Seattle looking to stay disciplined here against the Lopes Southpaw. Again, have not been able to figure her out until this 7th inning. Vigiano rifling one into left. Choate finding the hole into center field for a base hit. A pitch on the outside corner evens up the count at 1-1. Seattle now in the double digits in the hit column with those 2 base hits here against Sahar in the 7th. That one's lofted in the air. Left field should be an easy play for Nicoletti. Camps under it, makes the play. Throws into Aguilar Bocage. So with runners on first and second and 1 away now, that'll bring up the very dangerous Madison Cathcart, who again has had the Lopes number in this one. The 2-run home run in the first to put Seattle on the board. The RBI double back in the third. Lofted one to right field. Into center field in her last at-bat. Was retired for the first time in this game. Pitch misses low there, count 1-0. So it'll be interesting to see how Sydney Sahar navigates her way through this at-bat. Infield playing straight away for the left-handed bat in Cathcart. As she rips that one in the air. Right field, camping under it is Dyer, makes the play, throws into first as the runner tags from second. Heads up base running there from Vigiana, able to utilize her speed, moving from second to third. So that puts runners on the corners with 2 away, and that'll bring up Carly Nance. So Cathcart just getting underneath that one as Dyer able to make an easy play out there in right field. Vigiana, of course, again utilizing her speed to move to third base, tagging up, with the throw coming into first base. And Carly Nance 0 for 3 was contactless in her first 2 at-bats. Striking out will be pinch hit for here in the 7th. Quick mound visit here, looking to calm down Sydney Sahar. Again, our first real jam in this one since entering the game in the third. Came into the game with runners on the corners and 1 out after relieving Ryan Denhart. Allowed 2 hits, but then again retired 10 in a row following that third inning. Looking to get herself out of runners on first and second, nobody out jam. It's going to be the sophomore Deedon pinch hitting for Carly Nance. Again, 0 for 3 with those 2 strikeouts. The sophomore Denon looking to drive in her first RBI. First pitch cut on and missed. Count quickly 0-1. So Sahar coming right after the right-handed bat. And back-to-back leadoff singles to start this frame. Vigiano with a base hit to left. Choate with a base hit up the middle. Thompson flying out to left field for out number 1. Cathcart lofting one in the air to right field for out number 2. A 1 pitch. Up and away. Count now moves to 1-1. Bottom third of the order for the Lopes in the bottom of the 7th against Stephanie Madrigal. Holland, Dietrich, and Pescara trying to put a last-minute rally together, trying to erase a 4-run deficit here in Game 1. On the outside corner for a strike. Count now moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Cut on and missed. Sydney Sahar works herself into and out of trouble here in the 7th. No runs on 2 hits for Seattle. They leave 2 aboard. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Lopes down by 4. Last chance for GCU here on this Friday afternoon in Game 1.
Once you've been to hell and back, there's not much left to fear. When the boogeyman goes to sleep at night, he checks under his bed for me. Have you ever wondered who Waldo's hiding from? Me. Not even the Cougars of LA are enough to scare me. But if I get into an accident, I'm calling the boss. Sweet James. If you've been hurt, don't back down. Call Sweet James.
From reimagining the way you work to reassessing what you need, you've changed the way you do business. And now, so have we. With no annual contracts and flexible internet and voice solutions, you'll have what you need to get back to business. Rethink, reconnect, reimagine. Switch to Cox Business today.
Stephanie Madrigal looking to finish what she started here in Game 1. Through 6 innings of work, she's allowed those 3 earned runs on 6 hits, has picked up 4 strikeouts in the process. Now she'll look to nail down a Game number 1 victory for the Seattle Redhawks. She'll have to get past Kaylee Holland, Kaylee Dietrich, and Araceli Pescara here in this 7th inning. Bottom third of the order for the Lopes. Again, they need at least 4 runs to keep this game going. And Game 2, immediately following this one, as the Lopes, at the very least, will look to even up the series as the first pitch is tapped slowly. First base out, going to be a tough play, but it's going to be made by Cathcart. Lily Garcia doing a nice job hovering over the first base bag to cover, and there's quickly 1 away. So Holland 0 for 3 in this one against Madrigal, and that'll bring up Kaylee Dietrich with 1 away. Also hitless in her first 2 plate appearances against Seattle's ace. Struck out swinging back in the 2nd, popped up softly to second base back in the 5th. Quickly ahead in the count 1-0. It'll be a tough play in the hole for Milder across the diamond. Gets Dietrich in plenty of time for the 6-3 putout. And the Lopes are down to their final out here in Game 1. Araceli Pescara 1 for 2, picked up a base hit in her last at-bat. And 6 hits for the Lopes. They've only left 3 runners on base. Have not had too many opportunities against Madrigal. Again, the big blows, a 2-run home run off the bat of Aguilar Bocage, and a solo blast off the bat of Fifield. First pitch misses outside, count 1-0. 1-0 pitch, cut on and missed. As Madrigal paints the corner, count now 1-1. It was all about the Seattle offense through the first 3 innings, setting the tone right out of the get-go. 2 runs in the first, 2 in the second, a big 3-run inning in the third. As that one's fouled off, and the Lopes are now down to their final strike. 10 straight retired by Sydney Sahar, keeping this a 4-run game. But Stephanie Madrigal has buckled down, has not let the Lopes have too many opportunities to climb back in this game. Madrigal gets the sign, delivers a 1-2 pitch. That one slapped the other way, spoiled there by Pescara, and the count remains 1-2. And it won't get any easier for the Lopes offense in game number 2. Top 3 pitchers in this rotation for Seattle all lead the Western Athletic Conference in earned run average. So we'll do it again here on 1-2. Fouled off again. Pescara putting up a fight here against Madrigal. Looking to give Gianna Nicoletti a chance with 2 outs. Who's been hitless in all 3 plate appearances thus far against Madrigal. See what she comes here with on 1-2. Goes back to the pitch on the outer part of the plate, and once again Pescara able to spoil it once more. So she goes outside on those last 3 pitches, with Pescara able to stay alive. See what Thompson goes with here on 1-2. Again, setting up outside, doesn't get Pescara to chase on that pitch up in the zone. Count now moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lopes just hitting .231 on the day against Madrigal, looking for her 9th victory. And it looks like she's going to get it. 1 hop to Wilder, across the diamond, and that'll do it. An easy 1-2-3 bottom half of the 7th for Stephanie Madrigal. She moves to 9-3 on the season as Seattle sets the tone early in this 3-game set with a 7-3 victory. They set the tone early and often with that offense. 7 runs on 9 hits in the first 3 innings. Picked up 2 hits in the 7th against Sydney Sahar, but Stephanie Madrigal laying down the gauntlet in this one, going the distance. 7 innings of work, only allowing 3 earned runs on 6 hits. As we take a look at the game stats in this one between the Redhawks and the Lopes. And presented by Commonwealth Insurance, 11 hits to the Lopes 6. Again, the Lopes did not have too many opportunities to climb back in this game after those 7 quick runs through the first 3 frames from the Redhawks. And they hit .379 against the Lopes pitching. The Lopes only hitting .222 in this one against Madrigal, who again, the player of the game in this one for Seattle, picking up her 9th victory. But again, don't go anywhere because we got game 2 coming up next shortly here between the Lopes and the Redhawks here on GCU TV.